Welcome everybody to another episode of the Black Wealth Renaissance Podcast. Your boy David Bella, 1/4 of the Black Wealth Renaissance. Checking in with my co-hosts, fellas. How y'all feeling?
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Jalen, another quarter of the Black Wealth Renaissance. Feeling great. It's a lovely Saturday, man. Just great to be here.
Yeah, man.
How the rest of y'all doing, team?
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kelly here, checking in from Oklahoma, enjoying some vacation time.
Yeah, man. You at your big wheeling and dealing out here in Oklahoma, man.
Yeah, man.
Love to see it. Jared, how you living, bro?
Man, I'm chilling. I can't complain, man. I'm trying to get like Kelly out here taking vacations and whatnot, man.
Yeah, man. You know, at your at the where you at, bro? You at the
The
WinStar?
WinStar.
The WinStar.
Hopefully you winning
Oh, he
something.
fancy now.
Trying to win some money, man.
For sure. Hey, speaking of some money, y'all, we got a great episode of for y'all today.
Yeah.
We got a young brother out of Central Virginia, 20-year-old. He a full-time trader, and he has a group that's helping people get to a bag right now. We got our bro Joseph Taylor, aka JT. JT, how you living, bro?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, man, appreciate you coming on, bro. This is a very anticipated episode. You know, this is a real hot topic right now in the culture, so we glad you could come on here and share some knowledge, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm glad to be here.
No problem, man. So I just, like he said, thank you for coming on to the show. Thank you for taking some time out your Saturday to bless us and our audience. And we'll really just get right on into it. I just want to know, like, how'd you find your way into the stock market?
All right, so my background in the stock market started. I was 16 years old in the 10th grade. I had a personal finance class that was required in my high school, and they were kind of giving some entry-level information on stocks and real estate, like building your credit, things like that. It wasn't real in-depth stuff, like I said, just surface level. But for me, you know, I knew I wanted to make money, so I knew that was something like I wanted to tap into. I just didn't really have the money or I didn't have the capital or all the resources to make moves at the time. But I knew like this is something I want to tap into later on down the line. So I started making some money for myself when I was 18, working at Domino's, mostly delivering pizzas. And then I was able to save up some money and put some into the stock market, start investing, do a little bit of swing trading. And then I finally worked my way up to options trading from there.
Hey, man, that's really, really, really dope and really important. Just because I know on our platform, we speak about and just stress about how important it is to get this information to the younger generation. And it's really dope that you were able to receive it and you were able to have that foresight and say, you know, this is a way like to really make some money and really to grow. And you took the money that you were making at a 9-to-5 and you sound very, very much more responsible than I was at the age of 18. I didn't have no knowledge of the stock market, and every time I was getting paid, I was going do some bullshit. Yeah, like some total bullshit. So I just want to commend you for that foresight and being able to see that, oh man, if I really do this right, I can really make some money in this.
Yeah, definitely. Being able to start young was a blessing. You know, like you said, a lot of young guys just end up, you know, partying and, you know, blowing their money on things they don't need. You know, I'm not going to say I'm not perfect. You know, I was doing a little bit of that at first. I was, you know, spending money and I was like part-time kind of interested in the stock market, putting a little bit of money in. But, you know, once I really started seeing some returns, I realized like, you know, if I just cut out all the partying and all the unnecessary spending, like I can really take this to another level.
So, JT, bro, I want to hop into your stock market journey because when we were speaking off camera, you told us like how you started off with just your side. You started it on something on the side, and then like slowly but surely, like you learned like the levels to it, and then you grew to be able to do it full time. So, like, can you tell us like how was your first experience trading?
The first time I came in, like I said, I was starting small. So what I did, I picked a list of companies that I knew. Things that like, you know, I know what the company does, like I buy some of their products, like, you know, for example, Apple, Nike, like, you know, I have an iPhone, I wear Nikes. So things that I knew, and I was putting a little bit of money in, not even much, just a few dollars, just in the stock to kind of see how it would, you know, just to see how my money would react up in the stock, you know, see it go up and down, things like that. And then from there, I was swing trading shares. One of my first real big wins was swing trading ACB shares, which is Aurora Cannabis. That's a marijuana stock. and I got some nice returns off of that. It wasn't like crazy money, but for me, that was what kind of showed me it's possible. You can really, you can make good money doing this. So that kind of boosted my confidence. And then, I continued to swing trade and build my accounts and stack my money from working 9 to 5. And then I worked my way up to options trading from there once I got confident with that.
Off camera, you told us you got into your journey at 16. When would you say you really, really became like focused in learning, really learning?
I was 18. That was when I was working. I think when I was 18, that was around the time when I decided I was going to cut out, the partying, the BSing, and really dive heavy into this. So I ended up picking up more hours at the job, and I was working late nights because delivering pizzas, that's the best time to make money. Most people order at night. If you work in the morning, you're not getting too many deliveries. So I wanted more money. I wanted more tips, more hours. So I'm just hustling, man. Busting my ass, working for Domino's, taking the tip money, taking the paycheck money, putting that in the stock market. In my free time, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Google. I'm trying to absorb as much information as I can about trading while also saving up as much capital as I can.
And I think working that night shift is really cool because it allows you to structure your day where you can focus on trading or looking at the stock market during the day and then be working at night.
Exactly.
Just to take advantage of your time for sure. So JT, you just touched on swing trading, and I kind of want to go into that a little bit. For people who don't know what swing trading is, can you explain it to them?
Yeah, so swing trading, when you're swing trading, you buy shares or options, and you're just looking to hold it for over a day. So you could swing trade something for 2-3 days, maybe 2-3 weeks, or even something as long as a few months or a couple years.
And I like how you also touched on the knowledge part, because that's something that I wanted to get into. Like, I heard you say you're on YouTube and Google. Were there any other resources that you were on that you were trying to figure out and just really just educate yourself? Were there any books, any type of courses that you took, or anything along those lines?
Yeah. So there's ebooks. I was on different ebooks and things like that. Start with the beginners, like Swing Trading for Dummies, books like that. There's thousands of stock market books, different ebooks. I posted some on Twitter that I like. But I'm a visual learner. So for me, YouTube is one of my biggest helps because you get to see what's happening while it's being explained. So I give a lot of credit to YouTube. But I was all over the internet, man, learning. And Twitter is a good resource too if you follow the right people. There's lots of traders on Twitter. Lots of people talking about the stock market on there all the time.
What you got, Jared?
Oh no, I was just gonna ask. You said so. You started with swing trading. You started kind of rocking with that. What made you end up going from swing trading to options trading?
So options trading, it's a little more riskier than trading shares, but you can have higher returns. And I knew it was riskier, so I wanted to build my confidence up with swing trading, smaller positions, and build my capital up so I could save more money, because I knew with options it's bigger risk. So if I were to lose some money, I wanted to make sure I had an emergency fund saved. So really, once I got confident with swing trading, and I also had a good amount of capital saved up, that's when I decided to jump into options.
And for those who don't know exactly what options are, can you explain that to our viewers or listeners?
Yeah. So an option contract, it gives you the right to buy or sell 100 shares of a stock at a certain price on a certain date. As options traders, we're usually not looking to exercise a contract. So we're not looking to buy the 100 shares. We just buy and sell the value of the contracts, which is called premium.
So you can buy a full share of, you can buy an option contract and hold the whole 100 shares.
Yeah, you can execute contracts. It takes a good amount of capital because 100 shares. It's going to be different depending on the stock, but usually if you have a lot of capital, but like I said, just as options traders, we don't really look to exercise the contracts.
Yeah, because I mean, one of the big advantages of options is that you can take a smaller amount of money and trade it up on the movement of a stock. Like you can make your money out the derivative. Like I've seen, this options been going crazy. You'll see people, they'll get like 50, 60, 100% returns off of like $150, $200 on a stock price, the stock that may have traded for like $20, $30 a share or something like that.
Right. You know, I've had option plays where I put in $100 and I got out over $1,000 in return. So, you know, you can use small amounts of money to get more return than you would necessarily buying shares. So that's one of the main differences with options versus shares. Also with shares, you can hold those. When you buy shares, you have equity in that company, which you can hold forever. You know, but with options, you know, you have the expiration date. So you're not going to be able to hold an option forever, so you can't necessarily fall in love with the options position like you would a share. So options is quicker money, it's in and out, and with shares, it's investing, it's long term.
And I'm glad that you said that the quick money versus the long term, because I see a lot of people right now, they're thinking that getting into the stock market equates to, oh, I'll get rich really fast, or I'll be able to really just double and flip my money. But like you said, there's that risk whenever you're really just trying to double and really flip your money. At the same amount of time, you can make that $1,000 return, but at the same time, you can be out of that 100, like just like that.
Yeah. So options trading, you know, is risky. You can lose a lot of money real fast if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have risk management, if you're not setting stop losses. And the stop loss is basically if your option contract drops by a certain amount, by a certain price, you know, it'll just automatically cut it. So say you put $1,000 into an option trade, you have a 20% stop loss, it drops $200, it automatically cuts it, then you still have $800 left to use instead of just letting that 1,000 go to zero. So things like that can help you, you know, preserve capital in the options market.
A lot of people need to take advantage of those stop losses, man. Stop losses will help a lot of people out.
Yeah, you got to protect your capital, man. You don't have to let every bad trade just go all the way to zero.
And I'm kind of glad that you brought that part up too, because I wanted to know, like, were there any struggles or any trades that you really just fucked up on, but it gave you that knowledge and that insight to be a better trader for the future?
Yeah, definitely, especially early on, because I was taking big risks, just off the fact that, you know I'm young, I don't have kids, I don't have a wife. I had like bills, like regular, you know, 18, 19-year-old bills, but nothing like I'm not paying a mortgage. So I was being kind of aggressive at first, and I learned some expensive lessons. You know, looking back on it, I should have been paper trading. Paper trading is trading with virtual money. So you can learn, you can trade options, but it's simulated, so you're not risking any real capital. But at the same time, I think, you know, that just helped me learn a lot faster. I learned lessons because when it's my real money at risk, you know, I'm able to learn more than I think I would have just with virtual money.
It hurt a little bit more.
Yeah.
You don't really care.
You know, it's like you lose some virtual money. It's like, okay, you know, it doesn't hurt as bad as losing real money. So, you know.
You'll still be able to pay the bills, but if you lose that real money, then you got to figure out how to make it back.
Yeah, but I definitely, you know, just take those losses. Those were just lessons, man, for me.
So, question on the flip side of that, when was the first time that you like made a trade or made a certain amount of profit or something? And you was like, oh yeah, nah, this for real. Like, I think I can do this full time. Like, I can live off this income.
I had made $6,000 in a day on one trade, on one options play. And I was still working at my job at that time. And from there, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm like, you know, it would take me months to make this, you know, working it, just delivering pizzas for Domino's. I'm like, I made this in a day doing options. That just, you know, that really showed me, like, not only is it possible to make money doing this, but like you can really, you know, if you really take the time and really learn, like, you can level up so fast doing this. I'm like, there's just opportunities, man. Once you get a first big win, you just see that it's possible, man.
So how long had you been trading at that point when you like made that?
That was the middle of not the middle. Yeah, I want to say the middle of 2019. So I had been trading for over a year, like a year and a half, like as far as full time and not just kind of part time in and out.
That's dope.
Yeah, I asked that for a specific purpose because I wanted to know, number one, when that moment hit for you, but number two, I wanted the audience to realize like how long it took for that to happen. Like you're not just gonna get it, just first starting out or anything like that. Like, or you might be inconsistent as a trader. But for you to be able to get to a point to where like you can live off of this and this can be a full-time income, you probably want to do, a considerable amount of research and education and practice.
Yeah, definitely. So, it's a lot of people, you can jump into the market with no experience, and you might luck your way into a huge win. You might luck your way into $5,000, $10,000 gain in one day and think like, oh yeah, I'm going to quit my job and do this full time. But what you got to realize is making one big win doesn't make you a good trader. Being consistent, having consistent wins is what makes you a good trader. So, I think generally 6 months to a year of consistent profits, on top of having, 6 months to a year of savings, of your expenses saved up, is something that you should have before you really decide to jump into this full time and decide you want to be a full-time trader. Because if you jump into the market with your last bit of money and you come in with the mentality like, all right, I have to make these flips, I have to get these profits, otherwise I'm not going to be able to pay rent next month, or I'm not going to be able to put food on the table. You have a survival mindset, and then that's not something you ever want to have in trading, because a huge part of trading is just mentality, psychology. So if you come in there with that mentality, you're most likely going to end up losing bread.
Talk to him. Coming in with that fear mindset.
I gotta get it again.
Hey, my brother's spitting. So JT, even diving some more into it, for people who are just getting started, like what we talked about, like, that's a mistake they make, coming in without the proper capital. But what are some other mistakes you see people making? And what are some of the solutions you think to some of those mistakes?
A big mistake I see a lot is people not doing their own research. They're just buying whatever, they see someone else say to buy. And, like I said, you can luck your way into some plays. Sometimes you might luck your way into a play, but doing your own due diligence is something that's necessary every time. It doesn't matter who tells you to buy it. It doesn't matter what you've heard about the stock. Do your own research, look into it, look at the charts, look at the technicals, look at the news, make sure you're doing your own research, know what you're buying and know why you're buying it. Don't just buy things because, you think it's a good idea. You heard someone talk about it. Make sure you know what you're doing.
This young brother right here is spitting, man. Y'all better listen up. He is giving y'all some game, some wise game too.
So, bro, with your trading strategy, I'm assuming you do most so technical analysis because you're doing a lot of swing trades, a lot of options and stuff like that. Could you also offer like a little bit of insight on that? Like, what are some things you use with your technical analysis, like as like some indicators that you use?
So when you're looking at technical analysis, you're looking at the charts and the candlesticks. You can use something like Thinkorswim, or TradingView is another good one. A couple of indicators that I think are standard, that most traders use, that I like to use, is the RSI is a good one that I like. It's the relative strength index. It's going to let you know whether a stock is considered overbought or oversold. That's something that I like to use. I try to get people to use. Another common one is the MACD, which is moving average, convergence, and divergence. And you get MACD crossovers, which can be strong buy or sell signals. You want to have volume on your charts, obviously. But I'm not going to, those are some simple ones, without going too in depth, because without being able to actually see it as a visual. But those are a couple of ones that I think every trader likes to use. They're popular.
You spoke on being consistent with your trading. Is there any stocks that you believe that you pretty much know exactly how to trade that, or you're very consistent in trading?
Yeah. One of my favorite stocks to trade is Roku. A stock called Roku. The ticker is just ROKU. Y'all know the Roku TV. I really like it. I've made a lot of money trading Roku. I've had a couple losses, but man, like my win rate on that stock is crazy, just because it's a stock that I always have on my watch list. I've been trading for a long time. So I'm just kind of familiar with the price action and how it moves and certain things like that. So I'm able, usually when I jump into a Roku trade, I'm able to make money. And the people in my group, they know that. So they get excited when I start talking about Roku.
Hey, and that speaks volumes to it though, because like once again what Jared was saying, because you done spent so much time with this stock, now like it's just time. Like, you know, because okay, if Roku hit this certain price, I know normally it didn't fail here. I can just make different plays because I'm
Exactly.
experienced in it.
Yeah, so that's the importance of having a strong watch list. Instead of trying to trade like every new stock, you know, trying to catch every new big mover. I think having a smaller watch list of, you know, 10 to 15 companies that you like, that you can watch every day. Eventually, you know, you'll get familiar with the movements and the price action, and that'll help you. That'll just help you make more money. Then, you know, those stocks become your own personal money printers, because, you know, you know how they move, you know what to expect, you know, than trying to trade a new company every day.
I kind of want to go into what you were talking about with the brokerages. Just for some people who don't know, I know you mentioned Think or Swim, but could you name a few other brokerages that you think would be very beneficial for people who's just starting out, wanting to get into the stock market?
Yeah, I like Thinkorswim personally. I think it's the best. It's Thinkorswim. It's an elite brokerage. It's top tier. They got in-app charting. They got all the information you can need. Um, you know, the downside is if you're a beginner and you're brand new, it can be kind of harder to learn, to get familiar with, and it can be kind of intimidating. But you know, it's definitely worth the learning. So like a step down from Thinkorswim, there's another broker called Webull. I like Webull. It's not as complicated as Thinkorswim. You can still look at charts on there. They still have news, good information. And then, you know, I think everyone knows about Robinhood. Robinhood is the most beginner friendly. It's definitely the easiest to use, but there's just a lot of flaws, a lot of downside with Robinhood. So, you know, I think if you want to get started with just, you know, some basic investing, putting money in the stocks to see how they move, then yeah, Robinhood is a good one. But if you want to, you know, get serious with options trading, I think, you know, eventually you're going to have to look to move a step up from Robinhood. They've had glitches where the whole app just shut down for a day or two, and if you had money in there, you weren't able to sell anything. So some people lost money. I lost money. I had money in some Robinhood positions during a glitch. I lost bread after that. I don't think I've used Robinhood since, because you only get one chance to mess up my bread like that. So.
And actually, you said something earlier too. You mentioned your group, and I wanted to ask you about that. What I've heard a lot of good things from it. I'm not gonna lie about the group from Kelly. So can you talk a little bit more about the group to like our listeners?
Yeah. So the group is called Impact Investments. It's something I started in November of 2019. So coming up on a year. What it is, it's a Discord community. It's an educational and trading service. So myself, as well as a few of my associates that are full-time traders, we help people take their first steps in stock option trading. We educate on how to read charts. You know, if you don't know how to read charts, we have Zoom sessions where, you know, you can share the screen and you can look and you can see how to read charts. We do live trading sessions. So we get on the voice channel and we talk you through what we're looking at during the day while we're looking at it. We have TA calls. Every Sunday we do a sentiment call. So we talk about what to expect in the upcoming week in the market. We have different bots that can chart stocks for you. They can do your technical analysis for you. They give you the news. We even have they give you option flow, and option flow is big money orders. So you can see where the smart money is going. Like if there's $1 million, you know, flowing into this play, you know, it just lets you see where millionaires and things like that are putting their money into. So, you know, we have a large community, you know, it's educational, man. We all have the same goal. So everyone helps each other. We learn off of each other. We throw plays out with sentiment. So, you know, why we're picking the plays. And so, you know, you can learn that way. And, you know, everybody gets to eat.
Hey, man, that's hard. That's really hard.
Hey, y'all really are making an impact with it, because that bro like Kelly had told me, man, he was like, bro, you just don't understand, my brother. Like this group is pressure. Them boys dropping plays in there.
It's because, I mean, they not only do they tell you the play, but they educate you on why it is this play, right? I think that's huge, and I kind of want to get into that and how this is different different from a signal group. Can you explain to the viewers or the listeners?
Yeah, so the goal isn't just to tell people, you know, buy this, sell that. and have them, follow us blindly without ever learning. The goal is to be able to teach people how to fish. So, we have, like you said, we have plays, we have signals, but, we're sending in the reason behind these plays, and we're doing a lot more education. It's not just, you come in and you get picks, you can ask questions, you can learn, you can drop some charts, you can get feedback. We talk about different things, and, we educate. Education is the main focus. We want to teach people how to fish, teach people how to be able to make their own plays in the market and not just be dependent on somebody else. We've had people go from, absolute beginners in the stock market and trading to now a couple of people, a few had chosen to make the decision to become full-time traders, through our resources and our knowledge, they're learning. And, now some of these people are calling their own plays or doing their own analysis when they started as just complete beginners a few months ago. So, it's dope. You get to see all the growth from individuals.
Super dope. And I've seen some of the big plays in there. What is the biggest play you've seen that somebody has made in the group?
Man, we had a guy like 2-3 weeks ago. He made 150K in a day on one play. I think that's the biggest.
Son,
that's the biggest play we've had come through that group.
God damn!
Yeah.
Made 150K off a play.
Hold on, man. They got it. Come on, man. Y'all all here impact investments. That's all you gotta say. Damn, man. Hey, man, I gotta give it up to you. And how'd you even come up with this idea? Like, was this you and some friends, or was this like you straight off the dump was like, yo, I'm making this money. I need to start teaching these people?
So, I was getting a lot of DMs on Twitter. I was sharing my progress, sharing my journey. And, people asked me if I had like a course or like a service or some type of group where they could learn. And, it started, I was helping people in the DMs, really. I made like some group DMs, and I was helping people, answering questions, doing guidance. And then eventually I decided, I wanted to, create my own platform. I thought that would be a lot easier. At first it was just a few people, I thought it was going to be something small. I could just help a few people, and it got so popular and it caught on so fast. And, it just started blowing up real quick, and there was a lot of growth. So I brought some people in that I knew that were good traders, that are, also full-time traders, that are educators, that could help, help out in the group. And, we've just been continuing to grow from there.
And that speaks to another thing we love to talk about on this podcast, bro, the power of collaboration, group economics. Like, a lot of times in our community, we think we got to do it by ourselves, and that's not the case. Like, yeah, you had the idea for the group. People was coming to you initially, but you understood that, like, if you wanted this to be a successful venture and you build your own platform, you're going to need other people who you can trust,
right,
to execute the way you need them to.
Yeah, and another thing, like, just with trading, there's so many ways to make money in the stock market. There's so many different strategies. There's so many different styles of trading you can do, and it doesn't make sense for me to try to master every single thing in the market. I'm good at what I do. I bring in other people that are good at what they do. They might specialize in different areas of the market. So, we include a little bit of everything. So we have something for everybody, no matter what your style of trading is or what you want to do.
I love it. And I kind of want to go a little bit deeper now. And I know you said you're from Central Virginia, my brother. What's life like that growing up there? Because I know what it's like growing up in Louisiana and stuff. And Virginia is considered like the South too. Like, what was life like that? Did you see anybody else who was kind of like wealthy, or people who are entrepreneurs or anything like that?
Not anybody that looked like me. When I was thinking of wealth, when I was delivering pizza, I was actually delivering in the next town over, because it's a little bit of a wealthier area. So, the tips were better. So I was going to these nice houses. There was, nice houses, nice cars and things like that. But it was all kind of older white people. There wasn't anybody that really looked like me. There weren't any local entrepreneurs. Like the things I'm doing right now, to be where I'm from at my age is kind of unheard of. So, I think it really helps with our community to see someone that looks like you, that's doing what you're doing. that makes it seem more attainable, you know, because even when I was growing up, you know, like I was associating just wealth and like real estate with old white folks, you know, that's what I was associating money with. But, you know, through like things like Twitter, that's why I really love Twitter, you know, Black Wealth Twitter. There's a section, you know, it's a lot of young people too, like in their 20s, you know, in real estate, in stocks, in different, in a lot of different money lanes. And, you know, it's real inspiring. And, you know, that's why, you know, I salute you guys. I really appreciate what y'all are doing with this platform, the Black Wealth Renaissance. Just the name Black Wealth Renaissance, like that's hard. Like I really appreciate what y'all are doing, man, because it's important to get this information out to our people, man. Like it's a must.
Yeah, bro, it's the time. That's why we called it the Renaissance, bro. It's the time. Like people like you, people like all these people like on Blackwell Twitter that you mentioned, bro. It's time that we share this information with each other because a lot of times, you know, we let the narrative be pushed that we this and we that and we can't do this and we can't do that. But we can take control of this narrative now that we got social media, and that's just the goal of everything with the movement.
Yeah. Social media is a powerful tool, man. Because you know, if you don't have people, you know, if you want to get into entrepreneurship or something like that, but there's not a lot of people in your area that you can connect with, you know, you can get on Twitter, you can find people that are all over the world you can connect with that are into the same things as you, man. So it's dope.
And I kind of want to ask, what was your parents' reactions to whenever they figured out some of the things that you were doing?
I think at first they didn't understand it. It's unheard of for them. You know, I told them, you know, I was telling them about it and they were listening. You know, I don't think I wasn't giving them dollar amounts. I'm telling them, you know, I'm trading, I'm in the stock market. I got some money in the stock market. But you know, I think I told them earlier this year a little bit how much money I was making, and they just looked at me like what? You know, my mom, you know, my mom, you know, especially my mom, she wanted me to help her. Like, you know, I ended up helping her set up a Robinhood account, not doing options trading, just investing, you know, on her phone, showing her it's possible, man. She made some good money this year. You know, so now they're starting to see, you know, I'm talking to my parents about the market a little bit. But, you know, at first they didn't really understand what I was doing.
Hey man, that's powerful though, that you can develop this skill and now you can be like, hey, look, Pop, this what I got, this what I was able to make. And now they're like, okay, hold on, let me learn, let me figure something out. Now you giving back to them and you're helping them out. They ain't gotta worry about nothing if they do it right for retirement. Like they're gonna be straight. So right now you're really building generational wealth within your family, like just being that seed of change.
Yeah. That's the goal, man. That's really the goal. Help my people. You know, make sure my family is good. You know, I give game to all my people, all the people that's near me, all my family. You know, I think it's important that we're able to have conversations about the stock market, just come up naturally, like as we were talking about like football or basketball or something like that.
We can talk about all that other stuff. We can talk about making some money together.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be like a rare conversation to talk about the stock market and making money, man. I think it should be normalized.
And I want to talk about kind of the current conditions of the stock market. So we during this time, we know that President Trump and everything that he's going through as far as his illness or whatever. How do you think that's going to affect the stock market, and where do you see possibly some potential plays to get into?
Yeah, so when Trump first announced that he caught the coronavirus, stocks took a drop initially. They started bouncing back, but with the election coming up, personally, I believe we're going to see another dip in the stock market as the election gets closer and closer. Just because there's going to be uncertainty. Now, you know, the president is sick, so we got to wait 2 weeks to see whether he's going to be okay or not. And you know, when there's uncertainty in politics,
people get
the stock
nervous.
market, people get nervous and people start selling. So, you know, that causes the market to dip. So just, you know, that's not financial advice, but I definitely do see the market dropping a little bit more around election time.
Hey, so y'all definitely check it out because you can make money whenever the market going down too.
Yeah. That's another one of the benefits of the options trading. You can make money whether stocks go up or down.
Okay, so real quick, can you explain the put options for him real quick?
Yeah, so a put option is betting that a stock price is going to go down, and you have on the opposite side of that, there's a call option, which is betting that a stock is going to go up. So if you wanted to make money on these dips as the market is dropping, then you'd be looking to buy some put options.
Most definitely. Y'all definitely look out for that opportunity. Opportunity is always there. And there's one more thing I want to ask about the options trading, just something that I feel like a lot of beginners need to know, and it's about the Greeks. Can you, I know they're like, it can get kind of deep, but can you just give them the basic gist of like why they need to understand and learn that?
Yeah, so most traders, if you're just going to be a retail trader, you won't necessarily need all of the Greeks in your trading. The most important Greek, the one that you're going to have to worry about no matter what kind of trading you're doing, is going to be called theta, and theta is time decay. So with options, like we talked about earlier, it's not like shares where you can hold forever. Options have an expiration date, and you want to be looking to sell before that expiration date. So you can think of time decay as the closer the expiration date gets, the faster your contract is going to lose value if it's moving in the wrong direction. So say you buy a call option that expires on, the same week, it expires on that Friday, versus someone that buys an option that expires a month from now. Say you're buying call options and the stock price starts moving down. If the stock price is moves down all week, the person who bought the option that expires, Friday, they're going to lose all their money. It's going to go to zero. But if you still have a month left in expiration, you still have time for the stock to move back up. So that's something you want to consider when you're looking at the expiration dates to buy. And that's really, that's the most important Greek that you'll need, just to kind of keep things simple. All the other ones, you can incorporate them into your trading, but for most retail traders, you're not really going to be using those too much.
Y'all take heed when he's saying about buying them longer contracts on the option. That's a quick way to lose money quick. You just keep buying those little contracts that expire Friday versus going ahead and getting something with some time to, actually have time to appreciate, hit that strike price.
Yeah. Giving yourself time can be important depending on your trading strategy. If you're buying a short-term option contract, usually you want to look to sell in the short. You want to look to get in and get out. It's not something you're going to be trying to necessarily hold, for too long, because the theta, the time decay, you're going to lose a lot of value real fast if it starts moving against you. So that's more in and out. If you're swinging, you can do months, and you can even get option contracts a year, 2 years out, which would be called leaps. And those are some of the safer option plays to look at.
I didn't even know about a leap. So thank you for that, my brother.
Yeah, no problem.
You're 20 right now. You got a lot of time ahead of you. So where do you see yourself in the future, or what are some things that you're trying to position yourself to do in these years to come?
So I invest in the stock market. I'm a trader, obviously, but I put the trading money, the fast money, I use that to invest in shares for the long term. So I built a dividend portfolio, and dividends are monthly and quarterly payouts that you get for holding the stock. So essentially, you just put money into a stock, and every month, every quarter, you'll get cash deposited to your account. So that's a form of passive income. I plan on getting into real estate, owning rental properties, having more passive income. But really, if there's money to be made, I'm going to tap in. So, stocks, real estate, vending machines, just getting the passive income up. I look at my 20s, especially my early 20s, as a time to really build an empire, so I can be able to retire, before I'm 25.
Hey, man, I love it, bro. Your future is bright. I can't wait to see you hit those goals and just keep on making this impact, bro. I just want to commend you again for that, because that's definitely dope, man.
Man, I appreciate that, for sure.
No problem.
Same, man. I wanted to ask you kind of like one more just thought process kind of question within what you just said. You were saying like you're taking the money that you're making from the trades and you're putting it in like dividends, or you're putting it in stuff that you're gonna get paid more consistently. Can you kind of explain like the thought process of why you're doing that? Why, you're a good trader. You can't just live off the trades. I'm being facetious, y'all.
So trading is active money. It's not like, you're doing hard labor, working 9 to 5, but it's still, you got to be active. You got to be actively trading in the markets. So investing in something like dividend stocks that's passive income. So you essentially just get paid, to do nothing. And that's passive income is really my favorite kind of money. That's that lazy money. You get paid, like I said, to do nothing. Trading. So trading is a form of active income. I'm looking to continue to grow my active income through trading every day, but also, just thinking about the future, thinking about the long term. I want to make sure I have investments, different things that are going to pay me out over the years. So, like I said, I can look to retire, within the next 5 years.
So what's some of your favorite dividend stocks? I don't want to get too nosy in your pockets or nothing, my brother. I just want to know.
So I like AT&T. The ticker is just T. They pay quarterly. Some monthly ones that I like, if anyone's looking to look into some monthlies, and this is not financial advice.
Yo, I was gonna say it for you.
Do your own research, do your own due diligence, like we talked about earlier. Don't just buy something because somebody said it. Look at it, know what you're buying. But some that I like for monthlies, I like Realty Income. The ticker is just O. I like Main Street Capital. That's MAIN, Main. Those pay dividends every month. So, just holding those stocks, you get paid monthly. Another one that's a good quarterly is Coca-Cola, which is just KO. So those are a few dividend companies that I like, that I think people should look into, do their research on.
Coke just paid me, so
yeah. Those dividends just hit. It's nice.
Smile if y'all happy. So, JT, we're gonna get to the last segment of the show. So we want to ask you, my brother, what's something that you've seen on your timeline that you want to talk about? Like, it could be anything. It could be something funny. It could be something, important information, or just something that you thought was like important and you want to speak to.
Right now, we have a lot of people talking about, the election, Trump and Biden. That's what's really taking up a lot of my timeline right now. I think I watched the debate the other night. My biggest takeaway from the debate was that these guys are not, they're not going to save us, and us being, Black people, the Black community. They're not here for us. We gotta take care of ourselves. We gotta save ourselves. We gotta do things for ourselves. So I see people talking about politics and all that. But me personally, I really only care about politics as it affects the stock market, and causes the market to move. I think we shouldn't look to any politicians to save us. We got to look to ourselves for that. That's on us. So that's that's what y'all are doing with this podcast, with y'all's brand. So that's huge. That's just something I want to say with the election coming up, because it seems like, obviously that's what everyone's talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a big fact, bro. Ain't nobody about to save you. Like that meme I seen before. Like, the hood looked the same when it was Bush. The hood looked the same when it was Obama. It looked the same under Trump. And it don't matter who the president in 2020. Until you make the moves to change the situation, it's going to be the same.
And
Exactly.
If you do look different, we ain't in it.
That's right.
I just want to say thank you again, my brother, for being on our podcast. I just thank you for blessing us with these gems.
Yes,
you dropped some very, very important knowledge. I want to say, once again, I want to commend you on your knowledge and your foresight, just the things that you're doing at the age of 20, man. You got a bright future. Just keep on grinding, keep on doing what the Lord put on your heart, my brother. And I just want to see you go far.
I really appreciate that. It means a lot, man. I really like you guys' movement, like I said, man. So being on here is an honor, man. Thanks again for having me.
Can you plug yourself in, bro? I need people to know, man.
Yeah, where they can follow you, how they can get in impact investments, all of
bro.
that.
Yeah, so I'm on my personal page. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at the Almighty JT. And there's an Impact Investments page, so that's on Twitter and Instagram at Impact Invest _. And we post different. You can see success from the members. You can see people's profits. You can see testimonials, what people are saying about the group. There's different game. We give different knowledge, things like that, so you can learn some things. And if you want to sign up, the website to sign up is impactinvestments.online. So you can go there and you can get a subscription to the group from that website.
Hey, y'all definitely tap in. Y'all just heard the game that he giving y'all. He telling y'all why to plays. These bots is helping y'all out. So y'all definitely tap in. Y'all go follow him on Instagram or Twitter too, man. My brother is giving out all of the game. And before we wrap up this show, let's just get into some show notes. I want to say thank you to all of our listeners who come in, week out. Thank you for leaving ratings. Thank you for leaving reviews. If you like this show, if we are doing things that you like, let us know. If it's some things that you see we can improve on, let us know. Share this with your family and your friends. Like my man JT said, we're just trying to give this information to the culture. We're just trying to make sure that everybody have it. I don't care if you're old, young, you need to learn this information about financial literacy. You just need to learn how to start making more money and start managing your money the right way. Also, buy our book, Manage Your Money Like the 1%. It teaches you how to change your mindset. It'll also teach you just how you can start getting out of debt, some debt repayment strategies. We also talk about some different tiers of investing. We got micro, small tier investing, we got mid, and then we got your high risk investments in there. So y'all definitely check that book out. For being loyal listeners of the podcast, you get 30% off just for being listeners of the podcast. So click that link in the show notes.
Use promo code BWR Pod. Promo code BWR Pod.
So y'all got anything else, my brothers?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, same thing. Thank everybody, for checking in with us, liking, subscribing. I want everybody to definitely start letting us know, where y'all checking in from and everything. Putting that in the show note, or excuse me, putting that down, below the show and everything, so we can start giving y'all shout outs and, telling y'all thank you, like personally and everything, for listening and, giving us a review and stuff on the show.
With that said, y'all, this is Black Wolf Renaissance signing out.
Peace.